Income goals are great, but how do you take an income goal and turn it into something practical so that you stand half a chance of reaching it? You need to make a plan and then actually act on that plan. So this video, I'm going to show you the system that I set up for myself in Notion to do just that. I'm Amy and I design time-saving systems for solopreneurs in Notion. I have about 20 hours to work on my business each week, so I know how important it is to make the most of that time. But let's get on with today's topic.
Okay, so this is my profit and progress planner that I can use every year by creating a new entry. So I'm going to start on my yearly planner here. And I've already done my planning for 2025, but I'm just going to show you how I set this up. So I've put my income goal as 100,000, which is just a kind of round number. So I worked out that I wanted my yearly income to be £55,752. But in Scotland we pay a lot of taxes, so I used AI to ask what I would need to bring home to take into account taxes. So I actually asked the question, I've written this down so I get it right. What would my tax and national insurance be in Scotland if I want to take home £55,752 in 2025? Because our tax rules tend to change quite regularly. Now we pay a lot of tax, so this actually works out actually more than 100,000. It works out at $121,000. So I've just put in 100,000 for now, because that feels more attainable to me, and I think that's a kind of important thing as well. The 121,000 was my stretch goal. Then I have taken my 100,000 and I've listed out some big projects that I'm going to do next year in 2025 to try and hit that target. So in Q1, I'm planning to run a summit, a virtual summit for solopreneurs, specifically about different ways that you can use Notion. And then I plan to sell on Evergreen all year, so that means I have to be doing sales activities on a daily basis, or at least Monday to Friday. I am going to attempt to live launch. I'm not a fan of live launching, but I'm going to try it. My main product, the Solopreneur Time Saver Toolkit, I'm going to try and sell that live in April and in October. So I'll be selling it the rest of the year as well. I just will add in maybe some additional time-sensitive bonuses or something around those times. I want to offer something on Black Friday. I've got TBD here, meaning to be decided, because I don't know what that's going to be yet. And my birthday is the last day of the year, so I want to do some kind of flash sale or celebration for my birthday. So you can then see that I have linked to the quarters in 2025. If I go to add a new quarter, you can see I can just add that in, and this is linked to a separate database where my quarterly planning is. Now, when I am creating for a new year, I would type in Q1, let's say it's 2026, I would add in Q1 2026 and click plus down here, and that adds in a new quarter. But obviously I don't want that one, so I will delete it out again. So I've basically just set up in here my quarterly planners. So if I make this full page, and let's go into Q1, and I'll make this side view so we can see my year view my yearly plan at the same time. I can then, my strategy is just copied across. It's always exactly the same. My income goal I haven't filled in yet. I haven't split this out for Q1. Well, I'm running my summit. Let's just make this easy for now and say I want to earn a quarter of it. I think I've filled it in by month and skipped the quarterly part. I've just decided on my projects at a quarterly level. So my big projects in Q1 are going to be evergreen sales. So remembering to sell on a daily basis. Planning my summit, which will take place in March, and actually YouTube videos. I've forgotten to put that in because that's an ongoing thing as well. I suppose that's technically part of evergreen sales, but I think I need to remind myself to do it because I can fall off the wagon on that one sometimes. And so I've just set up the dates here of what the dates in Q1 are. So I've selected the 1st of January through to the end of March. That's just to help me keep things in chronological order, really. and keep my planners organized. And then just like I did with the yearly planner, I have added in January 2025, February 2025 and March 2025 at a monthly level. So, and that's a different planner again that splits things out by month. I've set the year to 2025 here. This is just all, I fill it all in because it helps me sort and see things that I want to see later on down the line. And this is the yearly plan 2025 from the original calendar. It's just linking back to it. So, so you can see my big projects I've already shared with you. Let's go into January 2025 and see how I've set this up. So, I've split out my projects. Just add my YouTube videos in there, and I'm going to change the background of that to red because YouTube is red. Okay, so in January, I'm going to be focusing on remembering to do my evergreen sales tasks on a daily basis. I need to make sure I create my YouTube videos. Ideally, I think I will need to batch them because I'll also be doing summit prep. I only have school hours to work, so I've split my summit prep into 3 days a week, which leaves me 2 other days a week where I can, say, batch my YouTube videos and batch my evergreen sales activities for the week. And so I've set my target income goal for January as 5,000 because I think hopefully if things go according to plan, I should have a big influx of income in March when I run my summit. So this is purely going to be based off of evergreen sales. And I've set the dates, much like I did in the quarter, to January the 1st, from January the 1st to January the 31st. It links back to my quarterly plan, and I've got the year linked here. I've also got this linked to my task list so that if I have any specific tasks I can put them in from here, but I tend to actually do that from a project level rather than using this, but it's just here if I need it. So I've basically gone through and done that for the entire year. So if I go into Q2, these are in the wrong order, I'm going to have to fix that. You can see my focus there is going to be to do a launch because I'll have done my summit and evergreen sales. So my kind of main focus, other than the things that I'm going to be doing all year long, is my launch. If I go into April, live launch of the Solopreneur Time Saver Toolkit towards the end of the month, because I think I'll need to recover after the summit, and also I know there's school holidays around there for Easter. So my income goal for April is I'm hoping to have a much bigger email list by then after my summit, so I'm hoping that I might be able to, with this launch, bring in $20,000. I've set the month on the calendar, so you get the picture. So if I go back out to one step back to my monthly plan, you can see this set out by month. And I've color coded within the big projects just so I can see them easily at a glance. And what I've done is I've taken this view by copying the link. If I go into my Solopreneur Time Saver Toolkit, so I use this for my own business, what I've done is I've pasted a view of this here, this toggle here that says top level plans. So this is basically a view from my Profit and Progress Planner. And at the moment it's showing the end of, so it's showing Q4 in 2024, because that's where we are just now, so that I can see what my focus is for the next 3 months. So I've filtered this basically, to view by month on calendar ascending, and I want the year to be 2024 and the month and start date is between October and December. So I've literally selected what dates I want to view here. And that just means that I can, this is the kind of main dashboard page of my toolkit, I can see exactly what I need to do. So this is the 29th of October today. So I'm focusing on evergreen sales and YouTube videos this month. Next month I'll be focusing on evergreen sales, YouTube videos, and I have a plan for selling my toolkit for Black Friday. So I'll be doing that. And then in December I'll be doing my evergreen sales, YouTube videos, and a birthday flash sale. So much like what my plans are for next year, but in 2024. So that just keeps me right. Going back to the planner, I also have a review section so that I can go in and review at the end of each month. If I have, so in a couple of days I can do October, I can review what income I actually made, how many hours I spent working. It'll work out how much I earned per hour to see if I'm happy with that or if I need to do something to improve that. I can link to any campaigns I've run, that's in a separate planner of mine, and then I just have some text fields where I can input where my income came from, what went well, what didn't go well, what felt difficult, what felt easy, and then again select the month on the calendar just so that I can view things. So it just helps me see if I'm actually doing the things that I said I was going to do.
I'll leave a link to my Profit in Progress planner in the description alongside a link to my Solopreneur Timesaver Toolkit, which includes the Profit in Progress planner, so that you can take a look and jump in and start using it straight away if you want to. And if you find this video useful, YouTube is showing you another video right now that it thinks you will find equally as useful.